Call the meeting to order at 7:04. Matt, I think it's your turn.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Sandy, roll call.
Trustee Villalobos on vacation. Trustee Bradall.
Here.
Trustee Shiokari out ill. Trustee Levy.
Here.
Trustee Gould.
Here.
Thank you.
Board met in closed session regarding the items on the agenda. No action was taken.
Oh, no. In closed session?
Oh, that's right, we had to take an action, didn't we? God, I always say that, don't I? Yes, how do you want me to say this? Dr. Tola?
We had discussion around the, let's see how it's put on the agenda.
Yeah, you find that.
Appointment of director.
Director of Facilities Maintenance and Operation. We voted 3-0 to appoint John Ashizume to the position. Welcome aboard. Sorry, I butchered your last name.
No, you didn't butcher it. You did a good job.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right. Consent. All items on the consent agenda will be approved with one motion, which is not debatable. Now did I do something wrong?
Approve of minutes.
Do the minutes.
Yeah, sorry.
Gosh. You printed this out differently for me, Sandy.
I know.
You've got this color coding.
We'll see how it works.
Okay.
We should have practiced.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So we need a motion to approve the minutes from June 3rd and June 17th.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Passes 3-0. Thank you.
Okay, so now we can go for the consent agenda. If any member of the board, the superintendent, or public so requests, any item can be removed from the consent agenda. Any changes?
Nope.
All right, then I think I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Passes 3-0.
All right, so I'm no longer looking for the red items here. Now we're down to communicate. Now it's back in red. Okay. Communications portion of this agenda is available to the public to address the board on any issue that is not on the agenda. Maximum time allowed for any speaker is 3 minutes. LSEA.
Nothing at this time.
CSEA.
Nothing at this time.
People wishing to address the board. So I think both of you are wanting to address now. Charlotte Allen,
Right here.
your 3 minutes of fame.
Okay, did you want me to stand up or?
Please.
Okay.
You have to go to the podium.
No problem, no problem. Okay, so normally I have a nice eloquent speech written out, but we're gonna play it casual because it's summer. So, before school starts, as PTO president of Valleymar School, Charlotte Allen, by the way, I definitely have some concerns with some of the aesthetics and quite frankly, some of the safety concerns that I have with Valleymar School. And when I say safety, I don't mean that the kids are in danger, but health-wise, health concerns. So I have a list here that teachers and parents and students have kind of collaborated on, things that we'd like to see that were either taken away years ago and not replaced, whether it be by district or PTO or whatnot. And then a couple items that really take priority for this year's PTO that we've raised money for, and we're willing and able to kind of meet halfway, and we're hoping that maybe the board can help us attain some of these things. So bear with me. Number one, and this is most important, and we have had some preliminary talks with our principal and a couple people from the district, but the last 3 years have worked really hard on fundraising to replace the play structure in that empty pad in the middle section of our blacktop. So it's sat there, it's locked up, it's safe for kids, but unfortunately it's kind of an eyesore, and the kids really don't have a convenient place to play for 4th through 6th grade is really my concern. I think 7th and 8th graders aren't all that interested in playing in play structure, but hey, why not have it for them? So the past 3 years, we've worked really hard on raising money, and we do have enough in funding to put a play structure there, but we're a little shy of being able to fix the concrete there and add the padding that would go underneath the play structure. So we're really, really hopeful that if we ask for a little bit of help, that maybe the district could consider paying for that padding so that we can finally replace the structure that was taken down years ago. My second priority for me personally is a water fountain. Right now, we're shy a water fountain in the area for the kids to use. A lot of kids have to go into the classrooms at recess and ask a teacher to open the classroom and watch them get water. As parents, we've packed them water bottles and we've done everything that we possibly can, but kids forget their water bottles. I do think it's a matter of health and safety to have water available for the kids. Some concerns that were brought up at board meetings were maybe vandalism and things of that nature, but there are options to put the grating over it and lock it up over the weekend. Just some thoughts. For me personally, those are my 2 priorities. Just some other things to name a few. I know the bathroom near the computer lab in 4th grade classrooms would be great. We don't have one currently. Breakout rooms for small group reading and testing similar to Sunset Ridge is what one teacher was saying.
I'm sorry to give you a 30-second warning. I was taking notes.
Okay, so really quick, our field, it is one of the only schools in the district that is currently not maintained. It's not sponsored by a sports team. There's some issues with safety. Kids can slip and fall. I know I'm going to be teaching an after-school program this year called Mini Mermaid Run. We're going to be using that area, and I really want to make sure the kids are safe. We're also doing an after-school program for soccer, and they're going to be using that area. It would be great if we could address some of those issues. And again, I think the PTO is willing to put a portion in, but because we are paying for other things like salaries of staff and things of that nature, we really are asking you guys to kind of meet us halfway and offer some help with this. Just one other thing, because I know I've already gone over my time, but a tetherball pole for the upper yard, just kind of general equipment to be replaced. I know we had a basketball hoop years ago. It was taken down, never replaced. So I'd love for you guys to consider it. I would love for it to be considered before school starts. I know that might be difficult, but those 2 priorities, again, being the water fountain for the health and safety of the kids, and meeting us halfway and helping us put that play structure in so our 3rd through 6th graders have a place to play during recess. Okay, thank you.
All right, and Cynthia Kaufman.
All right. So it's nice to be back in this room. So I know most of the people in this room, but my name is Cynthia Kaufman, and I'm the parent of a soon-to-be 8th grader at Ocean Shore and a former school board member. I know, and before my kid graduates out of this program, so when I was in the school board, I was working on trying to change the way homework happened in this district, and I think homework is something that really falls between the cracks because it's, anyway, the district has a really good homework policy, which is basically about 10 minutes per grade level. And I worked with Tina Ben Raphorst a couple years ago, and you had a really great conversation with the principals. I presented some research that showed that mindless homework is really counterproductive, and it's something that makes children miserable, it makes parents miserable, and it makes teachers miserable. So there's no pedagogical value in it. So the idea is to try to give children homework that is meaningful. And it's one of those things that I just think doesn't quite sit kind of comfortably on somebody's plate as their job, and so it falls between the cracks. So I just really want to ask you to, at some point, take up the question of homework really seriously. I think under Tina, the principals had a really good conversation about that, but somehow that didn't get through to the teachers. And I've talked to quite a number of parents of, especially, I have to say that my child has had a pretty good run of it in the last couple of years, where the homework has been meaningful and at a sort of a reasonable level. But I've talked to parents, especially of younger children, who are still being given pointless, meaningless, rote, time-filling handouts, and I think it's really terrible for everybody. So anyhow, I heard from Wendy that you guys are going to take this up, and I just want to ask you to take it really seriously and follow it through until you know that the implementation is happening. Thanks.
All right, correspondence.
None.
That's easy. Board Superintendent Communications.
Well,
Do you want to start? You go ahead.
well, most of us were gone for the summer, but there were various parcel tax meetings held and work on getting information and surveys, getting that started. We're working on the Welcome to the District, which will be on the 29th of August, so it'll be right after school starts instead of right before, so hopefully we'll have more participation without people gone on vacation, so that is coming up. And then just yesterday, there was a meet and greet with the State Representative Kevin Mullen, who came to talk about many things here in Pacifica, but also that we're still 37th, I think he said, in as far as the state funding. So we're pushing him. We think a lot of us think California should at least be in the top 10. So that's one thing that every time we see him, we say, you know, top 10, California should be not,
And he
37, not 37.
He did mention that.
And he did mention it, yes. So hopefully they're still working on that, but.
I did a lot of the parcel
Same
tax. I'm on,
things,
yeah, I'm on the
yes.
parcel tax
Together.
meeting with Elizabeth, so we all did we all did that, and I just wanted to also take this opportunity to also mention the settlement between the Jefferson Union District and Summit Shasta. They've come to an agreement, so hopefully the community will be very happy to see that moving forward.
I've been on vacation. So, thank you for all your hard work while I was on vacation.
And so, yes, hopefully, the survey has started with Godby Research. So people may be getting, I don't know, calls and the emails, because now we're going to email. It's a whole different process this time around, so we can get a sense for the community. It is a joint effort with Jefferson Union High School District, as they are looking to add a parcel tax renewal as well. So we're happy to partner with the high school district so we can start gathering that information. Godby Research and TBWB will then come to a board meeting to present the results so we can determine best next steps. I must say the district office staff, facilities, maintenance and operations, principals during the summer have been hard at work trying to fill positions. We did lose some people over the summer. They got new jobs, and so the staff was gracious enough to come in, try to get those positions filled. We're very close. HR department, led by Dr. Avila, did a stellar job in just getting those openings online and applications going through, etc. So at our welcome to 2015-16, we will be able to introduce our new employees to our district. I think there was, what did we say, 21 positions that we were filling over the summer. So, and great new additions, and we're sorry to see those leave, but we also feel that we have some really stellar people coming in place. An example is our new director, John Hashizume. So, and the rest of that has been now just us working to prepare for our welcoming back of our principals and teachers and classified staff in relationship to getting the school started. Custodians are doing the last efforts in getting the schools ready. Thanks to the technology department, we have placed short throw projectors and gotten the projectors off the floor for our pre-K special ed classrooms through second grade. So we're finalizing that, and then Tina, Nelson, and David will be going through some training process with those teachers in how to turn it on, and of course they know to use it. Christine Novak, who is our new AEI specialist, will also be shadowing so that she can get on board. She has familiarity and has worked with Smartboard, so we think that it'll be an easy transition for her. And so, just working hard, trying to get ready and make sure it's all ready for our new school year.
Okey-doke. District business. Ray, you're on.
Okay. So the first item make sure I'm on the right one.
10A job description.
Okay. So this is for the job description, new job description for a position that is now in our facilities maintenance and operations department. And it's custodian 2 - maintenance worker / groundskeeper. So say that 3 times real fast. This position was developed to assist us in making sure that the responsibilities of our custodians, groundskeepers, and maintenance workers continue throughout the year, especially when our employees need to be out for vacation time, sick leave, and so forth. And so we ask that the board approve this new job description that was also agreed upon with our labor partner, CSEA. It's a classified position.
Any questions for Ray?
I want to say thank you, Sue, Jerry, Ray, for working that out. I noticed that there's still in the qualifications, the van driving stuff is in there. Are they going to be able to? Is this position going to be able to sub for the van drivers as well?
No, we were able to fill a van driver vacancy, and so this position will only do the duties of groundskeeper, custodial, and anything out of maintenance department.
Okay. Should those responsibilities? I mean, it's. Let me
It
see
should be
where it was. It's in here somewhere. I saw is like able to drive a van and on the qualifications.
There it is.
It's in
Ability to?
drive a van safely and efficiently. There's like 2 or 3 things in there. Like, that's because they have to drive the custodial van?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Matt, for pointing that out.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
So can we get a motion to approve the new job description, custodian 2?
So moved.
Do we get a second? Any discussion? No? All right, all in favor?
Passes 3-0, thank you.
All right, Ray?
Okay, so we are asking the board, recommending to the board that we revise the unrepresented employees agreement, specifically in the language for creditable compensation. And the original agreement had the creditable compensation to begin June 1st, 2015, but for auditing purposes, we wanted to reflect the 14-15 school year, so we want to revise that portion back to June 1st, 2014. July 1st, 2014, sorry. And we ask that the board approve this revision.
So is this about getting like a full year's credit kind of thing with those salaries? Is that why we wanted to back up to the beginning of the fiscal year?
Under creditable compensation, and there were a couple items in that agreement that now our unrepresented employees can get credit for when they go into their retirement.
Okay, so it is about credible for retirement, okay.
Yeah, and as you said, I think the intention was, when we originally did it, the intention was for that year to
Correct.
count, and we just needed to make it July 2014
Right.
instead of June 20.
And we had to make a decision by July 1st, 2015, and I think we, in our mindset, LSMA was trying to beat that date, and that's why we put June 1st, 2015, and had the board approve the agreement prior to July 1st, 2015, but we want it reflected for the prior year.
Okay.
And what is the difference in cost approximately?
There's no difference in cost.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's easy.
Yep.
Any other questions for Ray? All right, can I get a motion to approve this compensation agreement?
Motion to approve?
A second?
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Passes 3-0. Thank you.
You're just moving right along. All right, I think it's Ray again.
Okay. So every year, in collaboration with the San Mateo County Office of Special Education, we review our local plan with our SELPA. And this year, the plan is, the SELPA is requesting that the plan add the Design Tech High School as a charter member. And so for the SELPA to move forward with that, they need to get resolutions from all of the districts in San Mateo County. And so this resolution reflects that Design Tech High School is being included now in our SELPA. And we
I know
ask-
where that is.
And we ask that the board approve this resolution to reflect that change.
Okay, can we get a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second?
All in favor of the change to the SELPA?
Passes 3-0. Thank you.
All right, Ray.
Okay. So another resolution, and September is the annual Attendance Awareness Month. And so this resolution endorses September as Attendance Awareness Month. Some of the things that we want to acknowledge in Pacifica School District is that we recognize throughout the county the importance of regular school attendance. We also want to make sure that students who are found chronically absent, and that means 10% or more of the school year, that we have systems in place to prevent that from happening with our students. We are a district that works very hard to and very eagerly to make sure that our children are in school at all times. And so our emphasis will continue to focus on students who are chronically absent, target those students and support their families in making sure that the children get to school. And I ask that the board approve this resolution for Attendance Awareness Month.
So why do they have that in September? It's like April, May, when the attendance really starts going down, you know?
It's a state thing, so.
Was that a
Okay.
rhetorical question?
Maybe to launch off the school year, putting the focus on when you're getting back into school, stay in school. Matt?
Yeah, I had mentioned in an email to you about the chronic absence and truancy policy that comes up later, the potential of maybe later in the year having a report to the board on the the codes for absence and sort of, where that comes from and benchmarking that against other districts. So we have an idea of what the root causes of chronic absence are, and that's maybe a discussion that we can have about whether there are more ways that I know that in the last couple of years, particularly on the counseling side, we've really stepped up our resources to help students. So it would be good to know how effective that's being and if there are still holes that we can help fill.
Sure. And at our next board meeting on August 26th, I will be able to report out with Jennifer Gray attendance rates, and we'll have disaggregated data to share with the board.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
And I can also inform the board of how attendance is monitored and reflected, what it's identified as.
Good. All right, nothing else? Then I guess we need a motion endorsing attendance awareness month.
I move that we accept resolution number 2015-0805C, endorsing attendance awareness.
Do we have a second?
Second?
You're not going to quote the whole thing?
Second what he said.
Second what you said. All in favor?
Passes 3-0. Thank you.
All right, Wendy?
Okay, this item is about the CSBA Legislative Awards Program. This is an annual event. So CSBA is seeking nominations from the district boards across the state. And I just wanted to provide you with that information to determine whether our trustees would like to nominate and complete a nomination form. The nominations must be placed on our next board meeting if we're going to move forward, so that it can be postmarked when it needs to be for the deadline.
And this would need to be a California legislator that we think is doing a lot for us.
Well, not yet, as Elizabeth said, top 10. When we're in the top 10, we can pat the legislators on the back. Until
It's in
then,
the top 20 maybe.
not yet. No, I mean, to be honest, our legislators are actually very good, and especially at the last Jerry Hill meeting, I felt like, he had all of the school board members in his district invited there, and that was actually a very good meting, and I think that he really has a handle on the issues, but, he's only one legislator, so we'll just have to see how that goes.
So I'm hearing we're going to pass this year.
Let's pass this year like we did last year.
Okay, sounds good to me. Thank you.
All right, Josie.
This is an information item. It's the quarterly report on the Williams uniform complaints from the fourth quarter of 2014-15, and I'm happy to report there were no complaints, and the areas are on the second page. Textbooks, instructional materials, teacher misassignment, and facility conditions.
Okay. All right, so item 11, board bylaws, board policies, and ARs. First one, Wendy.
Yes. So this one, we had a discussion at the last meeting in June around use of school facilities, and specifically, the discussion was around whether to go with a policy that allowed for the use and sale of alcohol after school time, but through a a rental process, agreement process. But it was the conversation by the board to not allow this particular provision, optional provision, and so the attached sample policy has that deleted.
I think we had a really good discussion of that last time. And I feel like some of the things that we discussed kind of like, were kind of eye-opening and good things were thought about, so glad we're moving in this direction.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, they should ask one of us.
All right. Then it's the Ray show for the rest of these things. It's Ray, okay. All right, so maybe we go through them by kind of topics. Employee notifications. Any discussion on these? Any questions for Ray on these?
No, but I think it is worth pointing out to the public the truly staggering number of notices that we are legally required to send out to everybody every year.
Pesticides. If you don't have your pesticide notice, you are not within the law. Okay, negotiations consultation. Why don't you give us like the 2-minute blurb on this one, since we do have some of our parties in the room?
Whenever there is a topic that needs to be negotiated upon with any of our labor partners, the district is required by law to notify our labor organizations that we are making a decision upon something that could be bargained upon. For example, something that could be bargained upon would be a change in salary. So what this policy is stating is that we must give our labor partners notice.
All right. Will do. All right, 5111 admission. Any questions or comments?
That was fine.
5113 that you were talking about, Matt, the chronic absence and truancy?
Yeah, I mean, the policy is fine, and thank you, Ray, for agreeing to bring Jennifer and talk about it at our next meeting.
And awards for achievement, we're not going to, we're going to not approve, put these on? And then required parental attendance, we're not going to have these. Okay with that?
It's fine.
All right, that's good, that was easy.
I think there was one
There's one more.
last
Parental notice.
Exhibit 51.
Oh, parental notifications, oh.
And all of these notifications will be represented in our annual notification that goes home with our students at the beginning of the school year.
Including pesticides. That's a new one, right?
Oh, pesticides?
No.
It's always been there.
It's always been there, I guess I just didn't notice it until last night.
It's always been.
Plus now we have to do integrated pest management now, so maybe there will be fewer pesticides that we have to notice people about.
Yes.
So that's good.
That's the hope.
Oh, okay. That would be good. All right, we're on to future agenda items.
Already found?
Okay, so we have, for August 26th, we have our business items listed. The one thing I would like to request is to look at our September calendar, and maybe we should wait for next time.
Yeah.
Because we do want to put a work study. We're hopeful that we're going to get SBAC results mid-August. That's what the state is saying will go out to public, so we should be getting them any day now. So we think that we'll have time, but so we wanted to establish a date, just in case we can get that information together and do our LCAP update, which really is around our assessment, our metrics. So I
Do
didn't.
you want to look now, and you
We
can
can
write,
maybe alert
learn,
us.
and...
We could. So we're kind of thinking September 9th, because our next meeting is the 16th, or we could do it, is there another Wednesday in September? The 26th? We could do it on the 26th.
The 26th is a Saturday? Or-
No, the 20, no,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
23rd?
Yeah,
I'm not coming Saturday.
sorry, I was in August. Yeah.
Yeah, so the 23rd is Yom Kippur,
Oh, Yom
so
Kippur,
no.
no.
The 9th works.
So the 9th,
For a work study.
yeah. Would that work?
The 9th is fine.
Okay, so we'll tentatively do that and hope we get the information, because we haven't gotten any yet.
Okay.
That's the 9th.
The 9th. And I will let, Sandy will let Laverne and Kathy know.
And what information are we projected to have and not have? Because my understanding was that scores wouldn't, there was nothing to report, but that parents would
We
get-
got scores, we
You
got
get
scores.
scores.
We've already gotten ours. so-
Oh,
See-
yeah?
Yeah.
We haven't received anything.
But we're
Did student
but
scores? Did you get student?
We didn't get student scores, but I got a file with every student in it and their score.
Well, we haven't received that yet.
Okay.
I guess they're just handing out to high school and not.
So again,
Elementary.
this is SBAC, so it's our baseline year. Last year was our
Right.
baseline year, so, it's just will be an interesting
I'll just
piece.
mention, we are getting individual student scores, but we are not getting like a district-wide rating
rating.
or anything like, that's what they've suspended, is the API.
Which they already suspended. So
Right.
there's, oh, okay, so they're just not reinstating it.
Right.
That's, okay.
That's
Oh, yeah.
correct.
That was not, yeah, I got a lot of very varied information as to what we
Right.
would or would
We are
not get,
getting
but we will
individual
get,
student scores.
we will get, okay.
Which
All right.
then we can.
And the
You'll
parents,
aggregate,
the parents are
okay.
getting those scores too.
Right.
There's a score for a total score, and then there's a score for each claim for math and English, so. and,
Haven't seen it.
Okay. Interesting.
We do have a work study, August 19th, so prior to our next board meeting. And then I do want to, and I don't know if we want to have discussion today about our back-to-school night, since Laverne and Kathy are not here. But if there are people who want to change their dates, it was really hard for the schools to find the date. They wanted it early. We don't want it on Wednesdays, so I appreciate the board's indulgence in letting us let the schools.
I was just going to ask, are we going to re-lottery the board members? Are we still going, because we're
Well,
still,
usually we do that in December,
doesn't it
Oh,
make sense to do it before a school year starts
You
instead of in the
can.
middle of a school year?
if you'd like. So you might want to wait though for August.
Yeah,
when
no,
the-
we could wait until
yeah.
the next meeting.
We
But it just
could.
seems like it would make, and I understand that we did that because the new board members were elected in November, but
And
then
we-
they'll just take, obviously this school year will be
We-
fine, and the
right.
next school year, there may be some
Yeah, we can do
schools
that.
that,
Yeah, be nice to follow a school for the year instead of
Yeah.
January.
Okay.
All right. All right, so we have.
And
the
there is our
19th.
future agenda item on homework.
It's there.
Isn't that good? Yeah.
Just gone. All right, then, I think we are adjourned at, what is it, 7:42? Well before 9.
you never know.
Okay, so now I see the notes, Sandy, the blended, the script, and I like it. It's good, it's really good. Yeah, I really like it.
Charlotte.
So there. Yeah.
You send us on email that list.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening.
All right, thanks.
Do you need me tonight?
Yeah, I don't understand why you guys aren't getting anything
I can see the ending.
from Cass, and we're still.
I'm not
is a-
saying
you
we're
know,
not
I mean-
getting anything, it's not complete, and we haven't
I don't
received any
know,
report.
that playground has been sort of.
I think she can see something happening, but they're
But I
not
understand that-
complete. We haven't gotten, they haven't sent us.
So when we were over at Oceana for the orientation yesterday, Jonas put up the